Hi, good day. This is Miss LM and we're back again for another math video. And today we're going to talk about systems of linear equation. I know you're all familiar with linear equations, but how about systems of linear equation? So a system of linear equations in two variables is a set of two or more linear equations that have variables in common, usually in the form of a sub 1x plus b sub 1y is equals to c sub 1 and a sub 2x plus b sub 2y is equals to c sub 2 where a, b, and c are real numbers. Ito daw po ay naglalaman ng dalawa or mas marami pang linear equations. And when we say equations, equal symbol po yung ating gagamitin. And kailangan daw po meron siyang common variables. So same dapat yung mga variable na nandun. Kung x and y yung nandun sa unang linear equation, sa pangalawa dapat x and y din yung variable na makikita natin. Okay? So that's a system of linear equations. So now, let's try to form a system of linear equation using the following problem. So we're not going to solve this problem, but we're just going to form the linear equation from this problem. Okay? So the sum of two numbers is 18. While twice the first number decreased by the second number is 21. Find the numbers. So, kung natatandaan po ninyo when it comes to problem solving, ang una natin ginagawa is to read the problem and then represent what is asked. Okay? So, ang hinahanap is find the numbers. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong dalawang number. We have first number, second number represented by x and y variables. So, from the first statement, the sum of two numbers is 18. So, pag sinabi nating sum, ang operation nun is addition. So, we have x plus y is equals to 18. Then, from the second statement, twice the first number. So, twice down ng ating first number. When we say twice, it is multiplied by 2. Decreased means subtraction by the second number. So, twice the first number decreased by the second number. So, meron tayong 2x minus y is equals to 21. And this will be our system of linear equation from this problem. Let's have another problem. A number multiplied by 3 and increased by 2 times the second number is 4. 5 times the first number minus the second number results to 11. What are the numbers? So again, what is the first step? So nagawa na natin. Read and analyze the problem para mahanap natin yung facts. Now, we have to represent what is asked. What are the numbers? So meron ulit tayong dalawang number. X is the first number and y is our variable for the second number. A number multiplied by 3 and increased by 2 times the second number. A number multiplied by 3. So, yung atin the first number, i-multiply natin by 3. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 3x. And then, increased is addition. Pag sinabing 2 times, i-multiply natin by 2 yung ating second number. So, meron tayong 3x plus 2y is equals to 4. A number multiplied by 3 increased by 2 times the second number is 4. Then, from the second statement, 5 times the first number minus the second number results 11. 5 times the first number. So, 5 multiplied to our first number, that is 5x. Minus means we have subtraction. The second number is y. So, meron tayong 5x minus y is equals to 11. And then this will be our system of linear equation from this problem. 3x plus 2y is equals to 4 and 5x minus y is equals to 11. Then for the last problem, we have here, Kim Taeyong bought 10 notebooks. A spiral notebook costs 32 pesos each and a non-spring notebook costs 30 pesos each. How many of each kind of notebook did he buy if he paid 312 pesos? So, from the problem itself, it is asking for the number of each kind of notebook, and that's what we're going to represent. So we have x is number of spiral notebooks and y is the number of the non-spring notebook. Then from the first statement, Kim Taeyong bought 10 notebooks. So that means the total number of notebooks na binili niya is 10. Pag sinabing total, that means addition. So we have x plus y is equals to 10. Then from the second statement, we have the price of each notebook. So paano natin malalaman kung magkano nga ba yung napamili? From the number of notebook, spiral man yan or non-spring, and the cost of each notebook, so yun po yung i-multiply natin. Magkakaroon tayo ng 32x plus 30y is equals to 312. And this will be our system of linear equation from the given problem. Okay, so that's what a system of linear equation is. So it could be two or more linear equations, and again, when we say equations, equal symbol, and kailangan po same variable ang meron sila. Okay? So let's have the kinds of systems of linear equations. So there are different kinds of systems of linear equations, and we can determine this kind of system by looking at the comparison of the slopes and y-intercepts among those linear equations within the system. So the kinds of system that we have are consistent, dependent, and inconsistent. Here in our first kind, which is consistent system of linear equation, masasabi natin na consistent yung system kapag ang slope ng dalawang linear equation ay not equal and ang y-intercept ng dalawang linear equation ay possible na equal or not equal. So, kapag pinag-compare natin yun at nakita natin itong symbols na ito, siya ay consistent system of linear equation. And also, yung graph po nito, we are expecting na meron tayong intersecting lines or lines that have a point of intersection. So, since ang hahanapin natin ay slope at y-intercept, it is better if the linear equations are in the form of slope-intercept form, right? Kasi po, mas madali nating makikita yung slope at y-intercept ng ating linear equation. So, if the given is written in the standard form, it is much better if we rewrite it first into slope-intercept form and compare the slopes and the y-intercepts of those linear equation from the system. Okay? For the dependent system of linear equation, the slopes are equal and the y-intercepts are also equal. Okay? And we are expecting that the graph are coinciding. That means iisa lang sila na linya. And for the inconsistent system of linear equation, the slopes of those two linear equations are equal and the y-intercepts of the linear equations within that system are not equal. And we are expecting that the graph are parallel lines. So, you have to remember this table, okay? Consistent, merong slope na not equal, y-intercept na equal or not equal. At ang graph niya ay intersecting. Pag dependent, ang slope ay equal, ang y-intercept ay equal, at ang graph niya ay coinciding. Pag inconsistent, we have slopes that are equal, y-intercepts that are not equal, at ang graph niya ay parallel. Okay? So, let's have some of the examples here. We have here our first example. 2x plus y is equals to 7 and negative x plus y is equals to 1. We can consider this a system of linear equations because first is they are linear equations. We have equal symbol, and also the variables we have here on both of the linear equations are the same. Parehong x, parehong y. Again, this is an example of system of linear equations. And to determine the kind of system na meron siya or ano nga bang kind ng system siya, the first thing to do is to find the slope and y-intercept of each linear equations. And to do that, we have to rewrite each equation into slope-intercept form. So how are we going to do that? For our first linear equation, we have to add the additive inverse of 2x, and that is negative 2x. We're going to have y is equals to 7 minus 2x, and then i-rewrite na lang natin siya where the first term here on our right side of the equation is the term with the x variable. So magkakaroon tayo ng y is equals to negative 2x plus 7. And the slope here is the term beside our x variable, and that is negative 2. So that's our first slope. And then for the y-intercept, we have the constant here, which is positive 7. So we have m sub 1, or the first slope, which is negative 2, and then b sub 1, which is the first y-intercept, which is positive 7. For the second linear equation, additive inverse again of negative x, and that is positive x. So here on the left side, we will be having y is equals to x plus 1. So nire-write na rin natin itong nandito sa ating right side, wherein yung term natin with the x variable is nandito na sa unahan, then yung 1 natin or yung constant natin is kasunod nung term na yon. So to find the slope, hanapin natin yung numerical coefficient ni x, and that is positive. negative 1, yung invisible 1. So that's our second slope. And then for the second y-intercept, we have positive 1. So now, meron na tayong dalawang slope, meron na tayong dalawang y-intercept. Anong gagawin natin? We have to compare those two. For the slopes, we have negative 2 and positive 1. Are they equal or not equal? So obviously, they are not equal. And then for the y-intercepts, we have 7 and 1. Are they equal or not equal? So, they are not equal. And ano nga ba ulit dun sa ating table form, yung not equal na slope, not equal din yung ating y-intercept, siya po ay consistent. So, ibig sabihin, itong ating 2x plus y equals to 7 and negative x plus y is equals to 1 is a consistent system of linear equation. And we are expecting na ang graph nito ay intersecting lines. Okay? So, that's for our first example. Now, let's have our second example. So, we have here 3x plus y is equals to 4 and 3x plus y is equals to 10. So, again, this is a system of linear equation into variables. First step is to find the slope and y-intercept of each linear equation. And to do that, we have to rewrite these equations. So, 3x plus y is equals to 4, additive inverse of positive 3x, that is negative 3x. So, we have to add negative 3x on both sides of the equation. And then, we're going to have y is equals to 4 minus 3x. And then, itong ating minus 3x, kailangan mapunta siya sa unahan para siya yung maging mx natin or slope and x natin. Magkakaroon tayo ng y is equals to negative 3x plus 4. Again, yung slope natin is the numerical coefficient of x and that is negative 3. So, that will be our first slope. And then for our y-intercept, that is the constant and that is positive 4. So, meron tayong first slope and first y-intercept. Now, for our second equation, we have 3x plus y is equals to 10, additive inverse of positive 3x, that is negative 3x. So, we have to add that on both sides of the equation. And then, we have to rewrite, again, ito pong ating 3x na negative ay kailangan nasa first term natin dito sa ating right side of the equation and then followed by the constant. Okay? From here, hanapin na natin yung ating slope and that is the numerical coefficient of x. So, negative 3 po ulit. Then, for the y-intercept, we have positive 10. Okay? So, we have now our second slope which is negative 3 and second y-intercept which is positive 10. We're going to compare these two. So, dito pa lang, kita na natin yung m sub 1 ba at m sub 2 equal ba sila o hindi? We have negative 3, negative 3. Obviously, sila ay equal. And then, for the y-intercepts, we have 4 and 10. So, sila po ay not equal. So, ano nga ulit yun nandun sa table form? Hanapin natin yung equal ang slope at not equal yung y-intercept. Siya po ay inconsistent. So, itong ating system of linear equation na ito, siya ay inconsistent. At kapag nag-graph tayo, dapat ang ating magiging graph ay parallel lines. That's for our example number 2. Let's have our example number 3. We have here x minus 2y is equals to negative 5 and 2x minus 4y is equals to negative 10. And again, this is a system of linear equations in two variables. And to determine the kind, we have to find the slope and y-intercept of each linear equations. And I will link down below the method on how we can find the slope and y-intercept without rewriting it. Kung natatandaan nyo po, naging lesson na po natin yun before sa finding the slope of a line using equation. I-link ko po ulit dito sa description box para ma-recall ninyo kung paano nga ba mahanap ang slope at y-intercept without rewriting it. But for this example, i-rewrite na lang po muna natin. We have x minus 2y is equals to negative 5. Additive inverse of positive x, that is negative x. So, we have to add that on both sides of the equation. Magkakaroon tayo ng negative 2y is equals to negative 5 minus x. And then dito sa ating right side, we have to rewrite wherein ang ating term with the x variable ang nasa unahan. Magkakaroon tayo ng negative 2y is equals to negative x minus 5. And hindi pa to ang ating slope-intercept form dahil may negative 2 pa nakasama si y. We have to divide both sides of the equation by negative 2 to cancel that out. Magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng y is equals to positive 1 half x. Bakit naging positive na? Kasi negative divided by negative is positive. Also here, negative 5, negative 2, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng positive 5 over 2. And from this slope-intercept form, mahahanap na natin ang ating first slope at ating first y-intercept, and that is positive 1 half and positive 5 over 2. So, meron na tayong slope 1 and y-intercept 1, okay? Now, for the second slope and the second y-intercept, we have to rewrite also the second linear equation, 2x minus 4y is equals to negative 10. Additive inverse of positive 2x, that is negative 2x. So, we have to add that on both sides of the equation. So, ang matira po dito sa ating left is negative 4y. And on to the right, we have negative 10 minus 2x na kailangan nating i-write wherein yung term natin with the x variable ay yung nasa unahan ng ating constant. So, magkakaroon tayo ng negative 4y is equals to negative 2x minus 10. Hindi pa po ito ang ating slope-intercept form kasi negative 4 pa ang numerical coefficient ni y. So, divide natin both sides by negative 4 to cancel that out. Magkakaroon tayo ng y is equals to positive 2 over 4x plus 10 over 4. Okay? And we all know may simplified form pa itong ating mga fractions na ito, and that is positive 1 half and positive 5 over 2. Kaya po ang ating linear equation in the form of slope-intercept form for this example is y is equals to 1 half x plus 5 over 2. And for the second slope, it is also 1 half, and for the second y-intercept, walang iba kundi 5 over 2. So, if we're going to compare that, ang slope natin ay equals at ang ating y-intercepts ay equals. And ano po yung kind ng system na may equal slopes and equal y-intercepts? That is dependent system. Okay? And we expect na ang graph nila ay coinciding or iisang linya lang ang dadaanan, iisang mga sets of points lang ang dadaanan. And again, that is dependent system of linear equation. Then, down to our fourth example, we have here y is equals to x plus 7 and y is equals to negative 2x plus 7. Okay? So, ang ating linear equations in this system are written in slope-intercept form. So, wala na tayong rewriting na magaganap kasi nandyan na po mismo ang ating slope at ang ating y-intercept. Ang gagawin na lang natin is hanapin yung ating slope at y-intercept na yan. So, y is equals to x plus 7. So, ano nga ba ang ating slope? Yun yung numerical coefficient ni x, and that is positive 1. And then for our y-intercept, that is positive 7. So, meron na tayong first slope at first y-intercept. And then from the second linear equation, y is equals to negative 2x plus 7, nandyan po ang ating second slope. Again, numerical coefficient ni x, that is negative 2. And the constant for our second y-intercept, that is positive 7. So, by just looking at these two, so we have 1 and negative 2, obviously they are not equal, but the two y-intercepts are equal. Again, slopes are not equal and y-intercepts are equal. What kind of system of linear equations in two variables ang may unequal slopes but equal y-intercepts? So, according dun sa ating table, not equal ang ating slope, pero equal ang ating y-intercept. It's no other than consistent system of linear equation. So, itong y is equals to x plus 7 and y is equals to negative 2x plus 7. So, ayan po siya, consistent system of linear equation. And if we graph these two linear equations, ang ating ina-expect na graph ay intersecting lines. Okay? Down to our last example. Okay. We have here y is equals to 1/3 x minus 2 and y is equals to 1/3 x minus 4. Again, written na siya into slope-intercept form. So, wala na tayong magaganap na rewriting of linear equations. So, identify na lang natin kung alin ang slope at alin ang ating y-intercept. From our first linear equation, the numerical coefficient of x is our slope, and that is 1/3. Then the constant is our y-intercept. So, for the slope, we have positive 1/3, and for the y-intercept, we have negative 2. From our second linear equation, again, the numerical coefficient of x will be our slope, and that's 1/3. And for our y-intercept, the constant, and that is negative 4. So, kapag pinag-compare natin, equal yung ating slopes, not equal yung ating y-intercepts, ano po ang kind ng system na ganon? Equal ang slope, not equal ang y-intercept. Tandaan po natin ang table na ito, equal ang slope, not equal ang y-intercept, siya po ay inconsistent. So, for this example, y is equals to 1/3 x minus 2 and y is equals to 1/3 x minus 4, this system is inconsistent system of linear equation. If we're going to graph this, parallel line po ang mabubuo natin. Okay? So, that's all for our video lesson for today. And I hope you learned something from this video. Huwag kalimutang mag-like at mag-subscribe. Click yung notification bell button para ma-notify kayo kapag ako po ay nag-upload na ng mga videos. Bye-bye!